So let's take it out and then make some space here. And how is your day going, guys? I know a lot of things have been crazy today. We're gonna just take things off our table. I know it's cold. You know, you don't have to tell me it's cold. It's cold. So, dropping things left and right. I'm gonna get some of this stuff out. Okay, we got some RoboVacs here. Get those out. Getting some stuff out. Here we go. Okay. Now, I still got a lot of stuff here. We need to get out of the space. So we're getting out, removing our speakers, just so we can have a little bit more space. If you guys are curious why we are I'm a big Pixel fan. We also have every Pixel 8, 7. This is the 6. We have the 7 here. We have every Pixel. The Samsung is announcing their product today, right? I just saw Samsung at CES, but I think they're announcing their S24 today. So we're going to move this over. Just making some space so we can put our box down. Fine Tools, Oral-B. How was everyone's day, by the way? Oral-B is going to the side. USB charging port detector to the side. More heaters to the side. We got to the side. Side. These were heaters for the wire cables for the EcoFlow. Kosari to the side. This is that Kosari air fryer. And now we have enough space. Unbox this, which is going to be on the JBL. If you have any questions, please let me know. We are here to help. And let's unbox our JBL. One sec. Okay. So, for anyone not familiar with the soundbar, this is the JBL 2.1 bar, 2.1 deep bass mk2. This is the update from the mk1. They did a slight redesign on the soundbar looks. The question is, did they really update the acoustics? So one thing that you'll notice is that what JBL is saying is that they improved the bass performance here, because JBL is probably most synonymous with having very good bass performance across their entire line. We are a big fan of the JBL 5.0 as well as the 7.1 soundbar. Those soundbars, just, you know, for the value, especially if you got them on sale for like $249, $279, or $299, very, very good. Impeccable, you know, for the amount of output. Because a lot of people are focused so much on getting the best Dolby experience that they're not focusing on getting the best overall experience. But just having Dolby for a lot of homes, especially if you don't have ceilings that are 12 feet high, especially if your room is not that big, especially if your room is not acoustically treated, is not going to make a huge difference to your ears, more so than just having really good surround sound and really good bass performance. Because I know a lot of people who are on the more advanced side might be like, oh yeah, I need it to sound 7.1. I want it to sound very dynamic. I want the range to be good. I want my mids and highs to be extra crisp. But for most concerning ears, it's hard to tell the difference. So let's take it out of the box and let's show you what you get here. So we're going to open it. And it's a standard affair here, similar to your Samsung 450. similar to your Sony's, similar to your other soundbars, the JBL soundbar is going to sound when open and just look like most other soundbars. The difference lies in the build quality and the performance. So here is where our subwoofer is located. So let's take it out. So we're going to take everything out here. So first the soundbar. There's the soundbar. The soundbar has a very good weight to it. I'm right off the bat, the soundbar much heavier in terms of weight than some of the less expensive soundbars. Let's look at the build quality too. Build quality is clean. You know, they have more finished plastic here. It's not going to be coming with the fabric covers like they did in previous years. So there's our soundbar for the JBL. Let's take out our sub. Here's the subwoofer. I'm going to get the box out of the way real fast. The styrofoam out of the way. So on our show, we kind of review and test thousands of products a year. So this is our going on our 5th year now. So we've been doing this a long time. Let's look how the JBL soundbar looks. Also, this is the cables that come with the unit. Get that out of the way. Take it out. Okay, so right off the bat, to me, the JBL soundbar itself, it looks good. I would say the subwoofer is probably where you're seeing a big design, at least a big design change. It's not the heaviest subwoofer. So if you compare this to a Bose 300 bass module, you compare this to the subwoofer that comes with the 5.0 soundbar from JBL, this is lighter. This is lighter. This is a, let's look, this is going to be a 6.5-inch wireless sub, no Atmos, 300 watts of power. Okay, so this overall system is about 300 watts of total power. The JBL subwoofer is going to draw a certain amount, and the soundbar, let's look at the power rating here. The soundbar has 100 watt, so this draws 100 watts of power. So we're seeing 100 watts here, and that means that your subwoofer is going to be a 200 watt subwoofer. This 6.5-inch subwoofer also comes with its bottom firing, so that means the frequency is coming from the bottom. So it's bottom firing. You have the air is going to be pulled in through the back. So you have it on the bottom, through the back port. This is what the subwoofer looks like when you're having it right on your table or on your floor. Optimal position for a subwoofer from JBL is going to be off of the walls. Don't place this in the corner. You want to place this probably just right next to your television if possible on the floor, or you can place it, because it's wireless, a little bit off. But if you place it in the corner, you'd place it too far from your set top, it's not going to sound as good as it should. All right, so that is on the subwoofer. So on the actual soundbar, I'm going to take this up and show you it in a close-up. But let's see also what we get inside the box. And I'm coming. Let's see what we get inside the box. Okay, so what you're getting inside the box is right here. You'll be receiving the power cable 1, power cable 2, 1 power cable for each subwoofer and soundbar. There is no power block though. There is no power block. They give you 1 HDMI cable. This looks about 3 feet. little bit short. They give you these are some clips if you want to mount your soundbar, and they give you the remote. The JBL remote is probably one of their, in my opinion, one of their weakest suits because of how simple the remote is. But JBL did make an improvement over their previous remote, so let's show you that. Let's show you. Here we go. Right. So because of all the complaining that everyone has done with their JBL remotes over the years, JBL remotes were just okay. They made it a little bit better. So this is that new JBL remote. It's simple still, fine-tuned, but at least they have the JBL name there, and the buttons are going to be relatively simple. If you compare this to something like a remote on a Polk, so on a similar value Polk, you can see that the Polk is going to have more buttons than the JBL. What JBL does, and drives me a little bit crazy, is that some of the features you have to long press. But now, because of how JBL, like on the JBL Dolby Atmos soundbar, the one without the subwoofer, you had to like long press buttons to activate different features. Here, they just simplified it. If you want to increase the bass levels, just press the bass. HDMI, you have TV, you have Bluetooth pairing, your volume buttons, and you can mute. Very simple controls, way simpler than you would have on the Dolby Atmos systems from JBL. So the remote, a little bit updated. They do give you batteries inside the box. It's a little bit, you can see that the material now is going to be more muted, and it's a soft touch. This is not just hard plastic. If you take a look at the actual soundbar itself, this is that soundbar. Now the soundbar is going to be a little bit different from other JBLs. There's no fabric cover. This is metal now. This actually reminds you a lot of the Bose TV speakers in terms of the build quality. There are no open-ended ports though for bass on the soundbar itself. This soundbar is really reflective that it's not too narrow, so because it's wider, you should have better overall surround sound with that 300 watts. There's going to be, let's look at the exact specs of this. So we're going to look at let's look at the speaker positions. Just opening it up. All right, let's take a closer look at the mk2. All right, so in terms of the actual speaker itself, this is coming with the soundbar itself comes with two 50-watt speakers inside. So that's where your 2.0 is. You have that 200-watt subwoofer in the sub. So that's where that works. The transducers here, there are 4 racetrack drivers and 2 1-inch tweeters inside the soundbar. And in transducers, there's a 6.5-inch transducer inside of the subwoofer. The frequency range is going to be 40 hertz to 20,000 hertz. And the key things here is that it's going to be running on the standard plug, no adapter needed. You have optical, you have a USB. USB is really just to update your device, it's not to USB out. You have an HDMI in and an HDMI out. So, cool thing about the JBLs is that they give you pass-through. A lot of times you just plug it in and you don't get any pass-through. On the JBL, you get pass-through so that your audio can be set up and have less latency, or just be paired better with most home entertainment systems. So there's that. In terms of the overall dimensions, this soundbar is going to weigh about 2.14 kilograms, and the subwoofer weighs about 5.6 kilograms. In terms of pounds, let's see how much that converts to pounds. That's going to be about 4 pounds, 5 pounds. So that means the soundbar itself weighs about 4.7 pounds total. So not the heaviest of soundbars. If you compare it to something like a Bose TV speaker, this is going to be just a little bit lighter, just a little bit lighter. But the subwoofer is going to come in weighing at 5.61 kilograms. And that means that is Let me tell you. That's about 13.4 pounds. So the JBL sub here weighs about 13.4 pounds, while the soundbar itself weighs about 4.7. So still relatively light overall, 20 pounds if you combine them roughly, give or take. If you look at the display here and the buttons, they're wide and pronounced. The actual indicator light, if you're like, okay, am I actually doing anything? That's going to be shown on the side. We're going to plug that in for you guys. This can use, the Bluetooth version here is 4.2. It uses 4.2 Bluetooth. Looking at video specifications. HDMI version is 1.4. Inside the box, you'll be getting a power cord, HDMI, wall brackets, wireless subwoofer, remote control, and trying to see anything. All right, I mean, so knowing that we are looking at JBL's budget-friendly 2.1 bass. So what this soundbar is really engineered to do is to deliver wide open dynamic surround sound with powerful bass. We want to hear this as much as we want to hear this. So let's set it up. Now, in my home studio, as you see here, we have our television. And I'm just going to move some of our stuff off the television. Our natural set top is going to be the Bose TV speaker. If you want to just compare it to the Bose TV speaker, the JBL is going to be wider. So if you're looking for that 2-channel sound, just having the speakers, 50 watts on each side, just giving a little bit more width, makes a little bit more better dynamic range. So let's plug it in. Simple. I'm just going to plug this into eARC, and then we're just going to power it up. A lot of our plugs are identical between our soundbars. So lucky thing that the Bose TV soundbar and the JBL soundbar use the same design plug. I just plug that in here. Then I just have to plug it in for the HDMI out to the TV. If I wanted to have a PlayStation or something connect directly to the soundbar, I could, but we're not doing that right now. Little. All right. We're gonna have to in the back. I need to get a longer cord. This cord is quite short here. Let me get a longer cord, guys. Actually, we just plug it into that cord. All right, so I just plugged it in. Let me. There we go. So if you guys are just tuning in, you can see I have a little bit of a mess with our cables. We have, we're testing out our Netgear. But as you can see, we have plugged in the soundbar. And if I press the power, there is a little bar here that's going to read out what it's doing. Hello, TV. You know, it's going to read out what mode it's in. So if I press power, it just goes on standby mode. If I press the plus, minus, that just changes the volume. And if I press at the end, if I press this receiver, that's going to change my mode or connection. So right now I'm on TV, Bluetooth, HDMI, TV, Bluetooth, HDMI. So there's no multiple HDMI, there's only one HDMI. You're not going to be doing a lot of switching here. So in order for me to share it with you, I need to plug it in. We are going to plug in multiple devices here. So let me make sure that our stream is live. We're going. Okay. All right, so you got this soundbar. You got this subwoofer. You're trying to figure out how good does it sound. So let me plug the subwoofer in. It's got our sub. Now normally you would want the sub on the floor, but just for demonstration purposes, we're plugging it in. You can see I plugged mine in here. You can see we have our sound bar. I'm going to turn our TV a little bit more so everyone can get a better look at it. I'm going to have it face you guys. Let's see if it's connected. Is that on the TV or is that my TV? I think that's our subwoofer. Yeah, definitely our system is up. So this is my new video from CES. Now, I'm just going to run an experiment for you guys. So first, let me run an experiment. I want to just play something that I was, filming or using or shot recently. So I'm going to just use a microphone. I'm going to plug this in. For my for wind. And now you guys can hear me again. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to play some of our video so everyone can see it. Then you can hear exactly how the JBL sounds on spoken word. But I do want to switch up. You know what? I'm going to unplug and replug my JBL just because it's not positioned correctly. So we're going to replug it. Or I'm just going to let me get the other. Oh, it's because the plug is. It's because our soundbar plug is on the floor. I'm going to plug this into a different. Okay. Let me plug this into a different plug. Better location. And that's because not all soundbars are going to have their plugs in the same location. So depending on where your soundbar, the plugs are located, how to mount it, how to set it up, it really changes a lot in terms of how to set this up properly. Okay. So we're just plugging soundbar here. We're not going to try to draw 300 watts. I don't want to short out my power. Okay, so now let's turn it back on. Hello, now we are going to be reconnected. And this is my video, 6 inventions in 2024 that will change the world. Let's check it out. Let's hear it. I do and cover consumer electronics, consumer goods, entire life. What did I think? So this is actually, you're hearing the soundbar itself. Well, let's go through them because I think everyone's going to be curious. What should I be getting, or what should I be expecting, and what should I be saving my money on? Because I don't want to waste money if something better is coming out in 6 months, maybe a year from now. So let me go through them. My favorite, this is probably the one that everyone was talking about. So if you guys are watching right now, what is next to me here is going to be a wireless television. LG is the manufacturer from OLED. Everyone is going off of OLED and moving to mini LED, like Hisense, Sony, Samsung, including LG. That is actually a transparent TV. They put a black. So I'm going to turn the volume up all the way so you can hear what it sounds like. Mode so that it is not going to be completely transparent. They have to do that because otherwise it's transparent. You'll see exactly what's on the other side. I'm going to fast forward just a little. This is exactly what it looks like in real life. It looks like a 3D holographic projection, except it's a television because everything is transparent. It still has to draw electricity, and that's going to be somewhere on the bottom somewhere. They connect it to a wire. So even if you have this on max volume, the audio clarity, the spoken word, is very clear. Now, I'm going to try this out using the remote. So we want to hear what it sounds like if I up the bass all the way. So we're just going to get some AAA batteries. Put them inside of our remote. Test this out together. And then you can see for yourself. So we have it on mute. I'm going to unmute my screen here. I was like, I got a kid, right? I got a 2.5-year-old. It's transparent. It's thin. What if they throw a ball? So the remote is controlling the volume on the TV as well. So I'm going to put the bass. This is bass high. So it says high there. Low, mid, high. Mute, easy. It's going to have to be HDMI. You can go to TV. You can go to Bluetooth. We're going to reconnect to our television. And HDMI is on that pass-through. So we're going to kick it up to TV. Not real. So HDMI means for pass-through. You can hear the bass. That is a video projection. Watch this video projection, guys. Bananas here. It's going to go bananas. Changing colors. And get it closer. Look at that motion blur. You can see the entire audience behind you. What? So I think spoken word is pretty good, right? So the next test we want to do is going to be for music. So I want to hear let everyone hear some music. So let's do license-free music. All right, let's do some license-free music here. So this is copyright, no copyright. Here we go. This is no copyright music. Sounds pretty good. Not too bright. You guys can feel the bass. I'm about 3 feet away. 3 feet away. I mean, just the addition of that subwoofer. So I think the biggest improvement is really more so than in the actual soundbar is the subwoofer. They've just improved the kind of the range, like the rumble is deeper. It's deeper than the previous sub, even though it's not going to be as large as something you get in the 5.0. And JBL has always been synonymous with having great sound and great bass. It's just they're an audio company owned by Harman Kardon. So you can imagine if they do bass bad, it's like going to a Chinese restaurant and they do rice bad, or you go to Burger King and they got a bad French fry. You know that's not the right place for you. The JBL is really doing a good job at delivering exactly what your expectations are which is going to be clear audio, clear dialogue, easy to control, and you're going to get very, very, very good bass. Very good, huh? Whoa, slow down. All right, so we don't want to break it out. Actually, you know what? We'll let you hear the drop on that. Let you guys hear the drop there. Sweet. It sounds good, right? It sounds good. Now, I'm going to let you guys hear a movie trailer. So we always play the same movie trailer because it's a good baseline for us. So we always like to use the Black Panther movie trailer. Black Panther 2, actually. So we're going to go to Black Panther Wakanda. This is that trailer. Let's check it out. This is on 50% volume. Don't shed no tears. No woman, no cry. Good friends we have, and good friends we've lost. We're turning it to 75%. Along the way, in this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears and say, everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything? So we're gonna play a different version because that one doesn't have enough. No woman, no cry. And this is just. So let me just share with you one more thing on audio in general. So when you're testing out the audio, you saw that I picked the wrong version of this video, and the audio quality was kind of lacking. But then if I pick the right version with the corrected audio, you'll really see the power of the JBL. So make sure when you're testing these things out, or testing any audio equipment, you're testing it with audio that sounds good from the get-go. So this is corrected audio. Let's hear it. No woman, no cry. It's gonna get real here. No woman, no cry. Good friends we have, and good friends we've lost. We're gonna put the volume at 100. In this great future, you can't forget your past. 3 feet away. So dry your tears. 75. So that is the Wakanda trailer. Now you're like, okay, that sounds good. Okay, I wanna just do a quick test for you guys. So we're just gonna do a surround sound test. So we're just do, if you just look up for clear audio test. All right, here's an audio test. Now, we don't have Atmos, right? We don't have Atmos. I don't need to do an Atmos test, but I just want you guys to hear something like, okay, I want to do something that, here we go. This is a audio file test. Let me see. All right, here's a speaker test that you can try for Dolby. This is just 5.1. Now, we don't have 5.1. Here's the test here.
Left channel. Center channel. Channel. Right surround channel. Left surround channel. Left. Center. Right. Right surround. Left surround.
You guys hear that rumble at the end? That's the secret. The soundbar and the subwoofer here, there's not a lot of shake. There's not a lot of rumble. Everything is very stable, even on the highest setting. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to shake my entire house. I can try. So we don't want, let's see if we can do, this is a subwoofer bass test. Whoa. We're going to turn the volume down. All right, so we're gonna try to see how the bass sounds. I mean, sounds pretty good, huh? It really does. And that's the thing about this JBL. It's not just because it's not that expensive. It is because it works. It really is trying to deliver like a complete package where you don't have to do much and it doesn't sound out of place. Everything sounds clean. So do I like the JBL mk2? I really do like the JBL mk2. I think it's compared to something like even the Samsung or the Samsung 450 compared to the LG. You know, I have an LG Meridian. It's like the S65 compared to even the Sony with its Surround Force X or kind of like surround sound system because they don't want to pay the licensing fee. To me, the JBL here at this price point, at this value, is really delivering some of the best audio. It's clean, it's easy to use, and it's no frills. Wireless subwoofer, plug in your soundbar, plug it in, you're already ready to go. So if you're just trying to improve the quality of the audio for your cinematic experience or your television experience, or just trying to listen to audio, because this can replace your home speaker system if you're just trying to listen to audio on like an Alexa, then the JBL mk2, this deep bass, has really impressed me. And I think if you're getting this on sale, maybe close to about $200, this is probably one of the best deals on soundbars, period. It just sounds really clean. It sounds better than my Polk, better than my Sony, better than most soundbars at this price point. And the difference really comes down to, everybody, I'm a big fan of the Bose TV speaker, as you see here. The Bose TV speaker is great for spoken word. It's easy to use, but it costs about $200 on sale. Well, for a little bit more, wouldn't you prefer to get the subwoofer, a bigger sound, and more dynamic range? Yes. To me, yes, wholeheartedly yes. And that's why I like the JBL 2.0 Deep Bass MK2 sub sound woofer system. There we go. Hey, Thor at your door. Welcome to the show. We had just shown everybody I just showed everybody what your JBL soundbar will sound like and why I like it. We'll share with you more on that tomorrow. If anyone has any questions, please let me know, or forever hold your peace. Forever hold your peace till tomorrow. Door at your door. How is your holidays, or how was your holidays? How was your New Year's, and are you going to be doing anything today? Let me see. Okay. All right, so other deals that we are seeing today are not just going to be on the Get Ready With Me's. It's also going to be on some of the other products. Remember, our biggest theme today is still going to be on heating. We showed you a lot of the best heaters in the beginning of our stream. I'm just opening up my iPhone. So I really ended up showing you the best heaters at the beginning of our stream. If you're looking for the best deals, well, the Gap $50 gift card is on sale. This is still $40. This $10 off, so 20% off. If you're going to buy anything at Gap, just want to save that money now, get the gift card. It is an auto discount. It can be used on any sale, any price. It is an auto discount. Auto discount. Okay. We're also going to be, so before I go, we might be back a little bit later. I want to see. Thor, I'm going to be checking your comment in 1 sec. Let me just check something real quick. Here we are. Oof. Okay, so now let's continue. It is getting warm in my studio just because I'm talking so much. All right, so I want to share with you what I thought was the best tech, because I put out this cool video, and then we can talk about it. And it also allows me to let you guys hear. Guys, kind of let you hear what I experienced at CES. It's just like that technology. I showed you how the application this is just applies if you're going to use it in your home. But the real application of this is that it is a touch-censored display. This is a touch-censored display. So as I use it, and it permeates into society, into the retail. You walk into a Target, you go to a Walmart, they're already at this line. Kind of dystopian. All the windows and doors, all that wasted bulletin space can continuously be updated and then be controlled by touch. Yes. Watch what she does. The sensor inside of it, that's a touch. And it's completely flat. There's a base inside the table, though. There's a base inside the table. But imagine, that's how they're going to do it. This doesn't just stop here. Right? The next wave of this is that here's the ad version of it. The ad version. Imagine you go to a bakery, you see the Starbucks application. We have been in ice yeah, I mean, it is, every place I've been in the last 3 days has been like less than 20 degrees. Vegas, 20 degrees. Denver, 20 degrees. In Jersey today, 20 degrees. Refrigerators, anything glass. You're going to start thinking about how to make the power supply and wireless smaller, that they can continuously implement this into our regular lives. So more ads at the store, less at home. That's where this stuff is coming in. So the other part of it is that really, really wealthy people in the beginning are probably going to use this as window treatments so that you can make your room, change the overall design and the feel of a room while having windows. While having windows. You just change the window and then it changes into something else. That is the future, right? This is the tech that is suddenly now becoming part of the future. 2 years ago, didn't exist. Today, it exists. It has to be transparent and wireless for it to work this way. Okay, guys, so I'm going to continue to share more of the special stuff that we saw there. So if you're wondering what do I think is going to change the world, the toilet. 2024 is the rise or the beginning of the change in your toilet. The rise of the toilet is here. How many times have your toilet changed in the last 50 years? Be honest with yourself. If you're going to make a house, if you're building a home, you're probably looking at a toilet that has a better flush. Not really looking for a long base or a wide base or a short base toilet. Maybe something that has a double or water. Yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, there's so many things that's going to happen in 2024 that I wouldn't be too concerned. I would say that the best things you should be focusing on for this year is just how to get everything in order, how to get your life in order, how to make sure that everything is going well, because there's not a lot to worry about if you're worried about this stuff. What we should be worried about is just how we're going to treat each other better, and are we going to make it are we going to make the summertime? Because right now, in the beginning of January, it feels like it's just too hot. It is too hot, too cold, just too much. Too much for. Okay. All right, guys. So with that, I want to thank everyone for joining us on this episode of the French Glow, where we got to unbox the JBL Deep Bass 2.0 MKV. This is currently my favorite value budget soundbar, and I'm happy that I could share it with you, even though I'm not saying it's the most powerful. I think it's the best sounding. So with that, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you next time. This is Dave with the French Glow signing off. Bye, bye, bye. Am I off? Hey, Joanna, how are you? Yeah, I mean, hold on. Let me just answer your question real fast. I saw a question. Your mouse died? Your mouse died. That's interesting. That's interesting. But all right, guys. So I'm gonna go. It is 12:05. We'll see you soon. Later, guys. Bye, bye, bye. Whoops. I think we should be back tomorrow. We'll see.